Yeah, it was a good tune. I never heard that before. That name of the song is called Stalker, and it's by Bad Flower. I thought it was a pretty cool song. It's the first time I ever heard it. I know Heather. She is beyond insane, but I got everything I need on her. Next is Court, but I got everything I needed. She is beyond psycho because she's such an incredible liar. Oh boy. It would be hilarious if Laura didn't have an actual I think we may have two of them now. I think one is a guy, one is a girl. The guy one is getting freaky deaky on a few of us. So, yeah, crazy. Oh, Bad Wolf, believe me, she's going to be Debbie, I was thinking about you all day. I swear to you, I was. What the hell was that? Oh, my daughter. And I kept saying, I got to text her. Ah, you brought him home. So good to me. How was your car?
Turns out I can't hold the full car today.
What?
Can't hold the full car properly. When are the parts coming?
It should be here any day. How's the wind?
Heavy. My car was fine though. I didn't notice in the car.
But I just went live.
Check on Dayton. I don't know if he was friends with
He's fine.
You talked to him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was fine. Did you know the kid?
I knew his brother. I'm friends with him. Don't like his brother, but I knew the brother. I don't know. I was listening to a song.
Yeah, it wasn't Dayton's friend Luke. That's what I thought at first too when I told me.
Different person. I was listening to a song a second ago about how fucked up the world is, and it made me really upset. So now I'm upset over it.
Aw, I love you.
I love you.
So what happened today was Dayton texted me this morning and said, Mom, kid I sit next to committed suicide. Now, Dayton's only in 9th grade. And I said, what? Hey. And he said, yeah, what?
I know the story. Let me explain.
Sage is going to explain it. I don't know the story.
This is from what I heard from the brother's friend, who I'm friends with. So I think it was either Monday or Sunday.
Pick him up.
It was either Monday or Sunday. The kid and his friends were at the park. I don't remember if it's the park by my friend's house or a different park that I know of. But they were there, and he was just at a church retreat that following weekend, and he was going to get baptized and everything. Like, he was doing good, and the friends leave for like 20 minutes. One of them not even that long, and they come back, and he's hung himself. And there was no reason, there was no note, there was nothing. A lot of people think that it was an accidental thing, that he was messing around.
Dayton said he was suicidal, though.
He was getting bullied. He was getting bullied at school, and I'll get to that. There was nothing left behind. He seemed like he was fine. The neck wasn't broken. He was brain dead, and I guess he died today. I'm not really sure. I don't know if he's still brain dead. I couldn't find a news article or anything, but he had been bullied in school. All of our principals know about it, and if they don't throw something, if they don't have some sort of like, not rally, but just assembly about bullying and mental health, then I'm going to do something. It's my senior year. I have nothing to lose. Because if a 15-year-old kid kills himself because he's bullied in high school at Bob Jones, where there's already problems here, then there is no reason why they should not be talking about it, because they don't care about anything else. They don't care about people's mental health. They don't care about bullying. They don't do anything. I learned that in West Madison. When Phoenix is getting bullied, they don't do anything. So that they don't start, I'm going to say something. And I'm going to start something, because that's not fair.
Okay.
I didn't know the kid, so I can't, like, hold emotion towards him, but I can hold emotion over the actions of how it happened. But that is what happened, and that is all I know.
I'm so proud of you. I'll stand behind you when you get suspended. You know I will. See what happens with bullying? You people don't want to listen. The same people that are bullying in high school grow up to be bullies on the internet. Unbelievable. Yeah, this kid was a little kid. He was 14 or 15. Horrible. And then I heard Dayton told me that he that the kid was even getting bullied after the fact because people were saying, "Hey, who kills himself and doesn't even succeed?" But he ended up passing away today. I don't know why his friends left him though, but really sad. So yeah, Dayton told me about this morning. Yeah, she's passionate about it because of Phoenix. Phoenix got bullied pretty bad in second grade, and oh, it was horrible. I agree as poor parents. Totally agree. So, yeah, it's sad. But keep bullying people. We're the kids that stick our stuck up for the kids that struggle nowadays. I'm happy to hear from you're welcome, Mike. I raised good kids. Dayton even said that Dayton said that earlier. You never know what people go. That's very true. Very true, Bedwolf. You never know what somebody's going through, and you never know what lengths they're going to take. Someone could get bullied in high school or in junior high school, and he is my baby boy. Someone gets bullied in high school or junior high school. Let's say they forget about it. Years go by and they get bullied on the internet. Who's to say they're not going to do something to themselves, especially on the internet? I learned today that someone that I thought was crazy is crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Dangerous kind of crazy. Like may have killed her own husband kind of crazy. Whacked. So, yeah. So that's a good way to start off my live today. It is a double blessing. It's also a double expense. I never forget. I haven't forgot. I'll tell you though, me and my old friend had apologized to the girl that we bullied in high school. She claimed she didn't even remember it. Can I saw it? I told you so. Coffee. Cuckoo cray cray. All right. So let's get into this. I am not going to read the 46-page document. I found nothing that's not standard in there. I know, right, Bedwolf? After my song, now I'm all like that. There's nothing that's not standard in there. This stuff that they took out of his apartment can be poked through in 2 seconds. One, he lives in an apartment building. Let's go to it so we can watch it together, so you can see it together. I know Banfield's probably going to go through it. That's bad schools because they know it's happening and will trust me. We live in a triple A rated school. They go to a triple A rated school. It's not bad school. It is this whole like do not bully at school is bullshit in any school. They say it's real, but it's not. It goes back to sticks and stones. Mosh pit mental health problems. You get it all here. You sure do. What am I looking for? I know what I'm looking for. So I posted, by the way, in the Facebook for, Bryan is innocent. I said, hey, if there's any friends or family of Bryan's in here, I would love to talk to you. I would love to speak with you. So someone wrote back, I wrote like this whole long post, and someone wrote back and said, what do you think? He's just going to confess everything? I said, no. I said, but nobody's gotten Bryan's side out. I said, I kind of want to know what makes the man tick. All right, hold on. Oh. All right. Now, I'm sure you guys have all seen all of this. Send me those links. I'll get you an interview. Blah, blah, blah. All right. The first millions of pages is standard. All right. All seized from residents and currently stored at the PD. 1 nitrate type black glove. Okay. Who doesn't have a black glove in their house? 1 Walmart receipt with 1 Dickies tag means absolutely nothing. 2 Marshall receipts, absolutely nothing. Dust container from Bissell Power Force vacuum, absolutely means nothing. 8 possible hair strands. I would expect to see hair strands at someone's house. 1 Fire Stick TV with cord plug means absolutely nothing. 1 possible animal hair strand. Okay, the man lives in an apartment building. 1 hair strand means nothing. 4 different possible hair strands means nothing. 1 computer tower, obvious. 1 collection of a dark red spot collected without testing. Could be paint. We have no idea. 2 cuttings from uncased pillow of reddish brown stain. Larger stain tested. 2 top and bottom of mattress cover packaged separately, both labeled C, multiple stains, 1 tested. Okay. That's it. That's what they got out of his apartment. There's absolutely nothing here. Glove might match the one that's Heather. What a good point. Heather's right. Maybe the glove they found is the other one that McDoofus found. It's possible. No, based on this, the guy isn't screwed at all. Unless the only way he's screwed, if these 4 hairs come back to be theirs, yeah, they took his computer. If the dark red spots turn out to be theirs, because if it's his blood, it don't fucking matter. Possible animal hairs, like none of this means anything unless it connects to them. Hey, Scout, that's the only way, like from what I heard today, and I haven't watched too much, but from what I heard today, everyone's making this huge production out of this. There's nothing here unless it matches. That's it. That's the only way any of this means anything. But looking at this, just looking at this, they didn't get squat out of his apartment. They were hoping for, what I was hoping we were going to see, honestly, I was hoping we were going to see either a knife, paperwork that he laid everything out, good stuff. All the clothes, all the bloody clothes. I thought we were going to get some good stuff out of it. This is so ridiculously nothing. Yeah, we don't know if he wiped his computer, nothing. Just a girl? No. For them to only get 1 possible hair, don't forget, he murdered 4 people. He literally murdered 4 people. And they only found 4 possible hairs? 4? That's it? 4 possible hairs is all they got. After murdering 4 people, 3 of them, even Ethan had kind of long hair. 4 of them had hair. Bexina, exactly. I honestly, guys, I was doing so much today. I really wasn't even going to live tonight. But I'm like, you know what? Everybody's making such a huge production out of nothing. I mean, I've seen it in highlights all day that let me go live for everybody that thinks like I do. Like, this really wasn't anything to write home about. This is nothing. Like a fire stick. Who cares? We don't know. No way. That's what I'm saying. Based on what we have right here, it means absolutely nothing. But just a girl, the hair has to match the person. If the hair is his, it doesn't matter. It's pointless. They're not building a case on anything. Yeah, if it matches. We don't know if it matches, though. It's possible it's something. It's possible the blood is theirs, but then again, the blood could be his. Now, in all fairness, the blood could be his from the cuts that he got from the, from the killings. However, there's no way to prove that. Hair alone is weak. Exactly. We don't know what the computer holds, but 4 passable hair strands, which tells me they're not even sure it's human hair. They're not even positive it's human hair. That's why they say possible hair, not victim's possible hair, because that would make me believe they actually tested it. But it's just possible hair. So they don't even know if it's actual hair. They don't even know if the animal hair is human. I mean, is a dog hair. They have no idea. It could be a stuffed animal hair. They don't know yet. Yeah, the test on the results matter. Absolutely. But what they took out is nothing to write home about, is what I'm saying. What the results are something totally different. But at this moment, looking at this, there's nothing here. It may not even be anything. And considering what he did, what they actually took out is laughable. He's not stupid. He cleaned up pretty well. Now, does that mean that he didn't make mistakes? Well, time will tell. But murdering 4 people and you only bring home 4 hairs tells me he didn't bring the knife in the house. That's what it tells me. That's true. 2 of the girls said, yeah, but he could say that somebody was in his house. I don't know what the relevance of the fire stick is. Maybe he had some kind of camera on it. I don't know. Or they were just looking to take stuff. Maybe he had some kind of video on it. I don't know. Most search for, I agree. I totally agree, Tatum. That's my whole point. This is pretty standard. And it honestly, it doesn't look like they got much out. Now, it does say that a larger stain was tested, but it doesn't say what it was tested for. Can I get DNA out of hair? I believe so, yeah. They'll be able to tell whose hair it is. I know, right? Active? Like, we don't know who else was in his house. They say that you lose, like, how many hairs a day? Fire stick backs up your data? It does? I thought it was just like to watch TV. They find any victim's blood in that car. Yeah, but they didn't talk about the car, right? But I agree with you, but they're not talking about the car. I haven't seen a search warrant for the car, unless it's in here and I missed it, because I didn't read the whole thing. I read like the first 5 pages and I was like, oh, hell no. I guess under the scope possibly find some blood on the gas or brake pedal. I mean, honestly, if the blood on his mattress is any of the victims, there's no arguing. Just no arguing. All right, Fire Stick could show what he watched, how to on YouTube and other apps. Well, that's true. How to get rid of stuff, how to get rid of a murder. Yeah, that's true, but I don't think he's that dumb. It has storage capability by using USBs to document another person. I didn't know that. I don't think he's that dumb, though. Now, I get why they took the dust container from Bissell Power Force Vacuum. That I get. Hasn't been reported yet. Okay. I want to know where the other black glove is. Doesn't say what's on the Walmart receipt. Doesn't say what's on the Marshall's receipts. Okay, so we bought new clothes. I mean, I'm just saying, you can, the defense as of right now can destroy this easily. I'm no lawyer, crime buff, but they have to have something else because they don't seem to have a lot. I totally agree. So I can't understand why he didn't leave it at home. Maybe he did leave it at home. Remember they said how close it was, Anita? He may have left it at home. Don't underestimate him. Yeah, McDouche has the other glove, and he's got bushy eyebrows. Don't forget. McDouche has bushy eyebrows, and he's the other person. I don't want to play poker against them. They may not have anything yet. The item seized from car in the dad's house would be reported to the judge that signed the warrant. I'm surprised people aren't on that. Like, but that's what I'm saying. But we don't have any information on it. Elvis had, but that's it. Elvis did it. No, what they have as of right now, Janelle, they do not have enough to convict. Not even close. I mean, because it's become a public bashing, public already thinks he's guilty. He's not, though. He's not guilty yet. Anita, what happened? Some labs are saying they may be able to get DNA from hair shaft, but not common to do so. Chris McDouche's looks like a thicker winter glove. I believe the glove they listed as more like a surgeon glove. Which, here's the other thing. In a criminology major who deals with this stuff, I would imagine he has surgical gloves in his apartment. Probably has a bunch of them. Doesn't surprise me. Not shocked by it. Now, why there's only one, I don't know. With the Walsh case, they nailed his ass. That was pretty easy to solve. Walsh was pretty easy to solve. That's all right, Anita. I fixed it. And it wouldn't be in the front yard. No, not right by the garbage. But hey, you never know. I think they likely have a lot, and we don't know. We believe it. I'm sure by this point they do. I'm saying looking at, now remember, we can't assume that they have everything. We can't assume he's guilty. We can only go by what is presented in front of us so far, not what we think. Doesn't matter what we think. It's what we can be proven. And right now, they absolutely do not have enough. And if this is all they got out of his house, unless every single one lines up perfectly, for example, number 5 says 8 possible hair strands. So why does 8, 9, 10, 11 all say possible hair strand? I don't get that. Why are they different numbers for the same thing? And if someone could tell me that, I'd love to know. Because that's one thing I don't get. Black nitrate, no such thing. Nitrate is a chemical compound in urine. Black nitrate glove is like a medical glove, so they would know if it had been put on, and I have them to clean. So, well, they said nitrate type black glove. They didn't say nitrate glove. Don't need nitrile gloves, and if they did, they come in a box of 100 or more. Maybe he was a mess. Maybe he was sloppy. Yeah, but they lumped the 8 possible hair strands together. And remember, this could all be Bryan's hair. But if they found one possible hair, if they just found one possible hair, they went through his apartment with a fine-tooth comb, and this is the best they got. That's true. From COVID, everyone has gloves home. I forgot about that, Tony. You're right. Natural glove is what FBI uses on crime scenes, black and blue. Kind of odd. That's interesting. See the Google search they released today that Bryan Walsh made on his own child's. No, I haven't, Tatum. I really haven't followed that case. I mean, it was pretty cut and dry. I think they're loading a case on the witness testimony of him in the house. So regarding that's what I'm saying. Tony, how do you know the animal hair would be Murphy's? Maybe it won't be. He lives in an apartment complex. You could pick up one animal hair anywhere. Murphy doesn't shed. Good point, Scooby. And the dog was in a separate room. In bed with the dog playing. Upstairs, likely on bed where girls were. See, that's what I was wondering too. Is when it comes to dogs, like, do they have DNA like we do? I mean, they are mammals, but my hair, you can bring it back to me. In a dog hair, does that go directly to themselves? Like, or just the breed? You know what I mean? Will it just come back as a Labradoodle? Or will it come back as specifically Murphy? It's going to be hard for defense. I don't care what the experts say. All about views and promoting themselves at this point. I agree with that too, Mike. They can look up dog cloning. There's a new video Enton just put up showing Bryan's office in the basement of Idaho. First time I've seen it, you might want to look. All right, let me take a look. Hold on. I don't see anything. Here it is. That was like 8 hours ago.
Just like an overarching tension. Like nobody's addressed it yet, except for my journalist and professor. He's the only one who's been, and it's because we covered him. Everybody else,
That's it? That's the whole video? Come on, Phil. That was like a waste. There's nothing here. You see a door. Phil, don't tell me you're turning into one of them. What's creepy about it? What's creepy about it? They show a door. It's criminal justice and criminology department. What is creepy about it? All right, a single dog hair contains very small quantity. Okay, so it does go to DNA. No, that was the whole video. It's 15 seconds. That's it. It's the only thing there. That's why I was wondering, dogs' DNA work like humans? Without a hair root, your odds are not good for getting quality DNA. But just look at what he Googled. All right, I will. Tatum. You have incense and you have coffee. Ah, cool, Scout. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Unless you guys want to listen to Coffin Duffer.
Good. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yes, this was a big surprise, right? At least
Yeah,
you're
I just
coming.
missed you. I meant to watch you on News Nation a little while ago, but I got distracted. I'm working on another story too, so I suddenly lost track of time. But thanks for hopping on here. I know you've had a busy night.
Oh, no problem. Yes, look forward to it.
So what did you think when this came out? I wasn't expecting them to unseal it this quickly.
Well, I had a little bit of inside information. I don't know, they might even be on here that it would be coming soon, that it was really just a matter of administration. And March 1st, was kind of the date I think some of us were looking for, that it wouldn't be unsealed after that date. It would be before. And certainly it happened quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah, no, same here. We had all put in the request for it, and then I wasn't expecting to get it. So if those of you who have it, it's I think it's like almost 20 pages long. A lot of it is just kind of a repeat of the probable cause affidavit from Moscow PD, but there are some really big new nuggets. One of which we can talk about first, is the list of items that were taken from Bryan Kohberger's apartment in Pullman, Washington. His office was also searched at Washington State University, and I tweeted a video of that, Jennifer. I don't know if you saw it. We actually, when I had kind of a slow day in Idaho, I went over to Washington State, found the building where the criminal justice school is, and his office was actually like downstairs in a basement. It was really weird being in that building, like thinking about him walking around there and going in and out. But anyway, the search warrant didn't really have any items taken from his office, even though they searched it. But they do have the list of items taken from his apartment in Pullman. So maybe we can just go through them, Jennifer, and you can kind of tell us what you think. The first thing, one nitrite type black glove. What do you make of that, Jennifer?
So these gloves are very unique. They're unique because they fit very tightly on the hand. And the reason we even wore them in SWAT program was because you needed to be able to manipulate things like flashbangs, as an example, that are very, more intricate. The trigger, to feel your trigger, things like that. So these are very specific gloves. And it's interesting. I thought there was only one. Of course, a lot of people jumped that, oh, there was the other glove that was, found 11 days, I think, after the search. From the pictures I've seen, there's no match there. It's a
Yeah.
completely different kind of glove. But it was interesting. There was only one, and I didn't quite know what to make of that. I would have expected the pair to be there.
Yeah, that is interesting one. Then one Walmart receipt with one Dickies tag, two Marshall's receipts. Granted, it doesn't say what's on the receipts, what items, but the first thing I thought was, I'm assuming there must have been something on there that they thought was relevant, or would they have taken those no matter what?
No, I think that they were relevant, possibly disclosing clothes or other items that he purchased, maybe those Van shoes, as a possibility. I think they're relevant.
Interesting. Dust container from I don't know how to pronounce this. BISSELL, Bissell Force Power Force Vacuum. Is that common for them to get a dust container?
Well, first of all, Bryan, are you not, you don't know about vacuums? That's Bissell.
Bissell? Yeah, I'm not like a big
Vacuum guy.
I'm not a big vacuum guy, no.
Okay. No,
I
this
mean, I do
made
have
a
a
long.
vacuum, but I'm not like a vacuum aficionado or anything.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, but no, the that was very important, because if he did do any cleanup and just failed to empty it, and even if he didn't fail to empty it, or in other words, it was empty, there would still be remnants. And I think that that was a very good call. In fact, we haven't seen the warrant return for the dad's house.
Right.
But where, we saw him using a vacuum later, and I certainly hope that they grabbed the vacuums and shop vac from that search. So I was happy to see this.
So what would be in there? Would it be like hair or DNA? I mean, what could be in a vacuum?
Oh, hair and fibers. As you sweep up, even smaller particles of possible blood, dried blood. So it was very important that they get any cleaning type, brooms, brushes, vacuums, all of that should have been taken.
So the next item is 8 possible hair strands. And one thing I was wondering when I was reading this on air on News Nation earlier, so they've got like 8 possible hair strands as one line item, and then later there's one possible hair strand, and then another line item, one possible hair strand. Are they separating those, do you think, because they were like found in different places, or you know what I mean, Jennifer? Like, because it's interesting how they separated those out in the list.
Well, how this works when you go in and you're responsible for evidence recovery is each room is labeled, typically with a letter. And you have different people responsible for that room and that evidence recovery. And then you have an overall sort of manager. But
Okay.
as things are being written, it is very possible that one person was writing hair strand, another person was writing hair, and then the person that put together the search warrant return, which is likely not the people that were keeping the logs and so on and so forth, he verbatim wrote what was on the log. That's one possibility. The other possibility I thought is they could be differentiating a strand, Bryan, like long hair as opposed to a smaller hair.
I see.
I could see it going both ways, but I tend to think whoever was doing that log maybe changed their vernacular.
Okay, interesting. So it might just kind of be semantics.
It could be.
When they say possible, one possible hair strand or one possible hair, I mean, I'm just thinking like I would know what a hair looks like. Why did they write possible?
You know, agents and officers do that just to cover themselves, because what would happen if.
All right. I want to do a poll. Hold on. I got a poll to do.
What they thought was a hair ended up being a very small and very fine, tassel off of something, or some sort of, fabricy tassel. I would say it's 99% a hair. When you see possible, they're just covering their bases.
I guess they're waiting for it to be like officially tested.
Yes, exactly. They want to get the test results before they say absolutely a hair.
So then there was one Fire TV stick with cord plug. And I think when I don't have a Fire TV stick, but I've seen them at like Airbnbs that I've rented. I think it's kind of like it sticks into the TV, and it's you can access Netflix and other shows through it. I wonder why they would be interested in that.
Yeah, the streaming, right? Any and all streaming can go through a Fire Stick.
Right.
I think it could be interesting to know what he was watching. Remember, I think also, as I understand it, you can stream things like YouTube,
Yep.
apps through that. So all that could be very telling. I mean, if you look at the Anna Walsh case, which is in the news right now, Bryan, I'm sure you've seen it. It's amazing all the things he was looking at, and it's possible Bryan could have been using that Fire Stick to access apps about how to, from YouTube. So
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
see them grabbing it.
So we've got a lot of possible hairs, possible hair strand, and then one computer tower, which obviously would be very important, I would think.
Yes. Yes, that's key. The computer tower. And I have to say, I was really surprised that they didn't take anything from the office. It leads me to believe either he never returned to the office, that's their belief, and
Yeah.
was undisturbed, or B, there was no computer there, that he had a laptop he took in and out. I was expecting something from the office, but it was vacation time,
Yeah.
after November 13th. And it's possible he never went into that office, and that's why they never took
And
him.
it's my understanding he shared the office with another like grad student.
Ah,
So maybe you're right. He had a laptop and just kind of plopped himself down in there when he was doing work or whatever, or meeting with students. But maybe it wasn't like a place where he kept stuff, just since he shared it. And it was interesting because in the building where his office was, you've got part of the criminal justice, like faculty and professors on I think it was the first floor when I went in. And then down in the base. So I was looking for his office on the first floor and like chatting with the professors and stuff. And one of them was like, no, his office was down in the basement. So I went down into the basement, and it was kind of interesting because like on all the windows they had these, and I have some pictures, I could tweet them later. They had like these signs on the windows that said, basically, if you're here from the media, like call this media relations number. So I guess I wasn't obviously the only person that had like gone wandering around this building, but I went down into.
Guys, I love you, but I can't do it. I feel like I'm listening to a bunch of fucking idiots. I can't do it. I just can't. I really feel like I'm losing brain cells. Like, I don't put it like this. I don't feel like I'm listening to someone that I respect as a reporter. I feel like I'm listening to somebody whose first day on the job, straight out of high school, who knows nothing about crime. That's what I feel like. You want to be a respected reporter, you don't need Jennifer Kuffenduffer to give you these answers. Like, it's basic common knowledge in crime. Except, like, I understand the Fire Stick, I get that one, but some of the other ones, stupid. You're supposed to be a true crime reporter. So yeah, I can't do it. But Banfield starts soon. But before we get there, before we get to Banfield, I want to show you guys something that I worked on for like 3 hours today. Check it out. All right. Amanda Knox. The crime that she did was November 2nd of 2007. 1 + 1 = 2, 11. 2 + 7 = 9. 9 + 2 is 11. 11 is the exact date that she killed someone, or allegedly, the crime day was 11, matches 11. Andrea Yates, 6/20/2001, 6 for the June, 2 here, plus 0 is still 2. 2 + 1 = 3. 3 + 2 + 1 = 6. 6 is June. Manson had 9 people in his clan. They killed 12, but he had 9 people in his clan. The date was August 9th of 1969. So you have 8 for August, the 9 for the 9th. Then you have 19 + 69 = 88. You take the 8, that's for August. Christopher Longo, December 19th, 2001. 1 + 2 = 3, which is December. 1 + 9 = 10. 2 + 1 = 3. 10 + 2 = 1. 10 + 2 = 12. The only thing that doesn't make sense is the 3 is left over, but the 12 for December. Menendez brothers, August 20th, 1989, which is an 8. 2 + 0 = 2. 19 + 89 = 108. 10 + 8 = 1. And then you have the 8 for August. Jodi Arias, June 4th, 2008. 6/4. 2 - 8 is 6. 8 - 2, whatever. 6. Bryan Kohlberger, November 21st, 19. Oh, shit, I did this wrong. I was thinking his birthday. So we changed this to 13, 2022. So it would be 11, and then 3 + 1 = 4. Oh, this would be wrong. 2 0 22. The 20 + 22 is 42. 42. 4 + 2 = 6. 4 plus, whoop, 4 + 2 = 6, which is exactly how many people lived in that house. Think about it. I know I raced through 3 hours worth of work and I spat it out in like 30 seconds. My point is, numbers make a difference. Oh, I was deep into this. Numbers count. Every single one of these numbers match. I'm telling you, I got in a zone with this. I was literally on it for hours. Amanda Knox, Jodi Arias, and OJ all share the same birthday, and they all slit someone's throat. Hey, there you go. Possibly wrongful conviction. But these are just the top people I thought of off the top of my head. But don't you find it a little weird that their numbers of their dates that they hurt someone always line up back to the month it was? Think about that. It's not really a math idea, it's a numbers thing. That numbers make a difference. The numbers matter. That was my point. Because even if you do 1 + 1 = 2, 4 + 2 = 6, he should have killed 6 people, but 6 people were in the house. I'm doing it wrong. You cannot be above 10. So your ending numbers, let's take your Menendez. You got 18 right. So 8 + 1 is 9. Your ending number should be 9, not 8. 1 + 9 is 10. Menendez brothers. No, 10 + 8 is 18. You're saying then 1 + 8? So 1 + 8 = 9. Well, that doesn't work right either. Oh, am I one of the ones going to the other side? So 1 + 8 = 9. You can't go over 10. Oh, you can't go over 10? I see what you're saying, but 9 doesn't work. Nine doesn't work though. No, but I'll tell you this much. You want to hear something weird? I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but there's proof of this. I promise. If you watch a haunted house or my haunted house on YouTube, put out by LMN or the History Channel, every single ghost occurrence in a haunted house happens below the number 10. I watched 30 episodes. Not one of them happened like on the 16th or the 18th. Everything happened below the 10th, except one time was the 25th. I don't know if that's intentional, but I started tracking it. It's very strange. That's what she was saying, baby girl. Split the 9 and 8. It's 1 + 8 = 9, which doesn't work though. Yeah, every single episode was 4, 6, 10. There was 113 and 125th. Everything else happened before the 10th day of the month. I don't know if it was just this weird coincidence, if there's something to it, but every single episode. It was pretty weird. So I'm glad I spent over 3 hours on that and I knocked it out in like 5 minutes. I mean, 3 seconds. Digit, that's what she said. That's what Tony said. It's got to be a single digit. I still think it's wild, though. Any way you slice it, it's still wild. No, Tony, I don't. I don't think the dad knew anything. They match the DNA and the guy's in prison. I got the hiccups. Come on, Banfield.
charge, but we did not expect an avalanche of information in that courtroom. And if you think you've heard that information, I have a lot more for you tonight. In fact, exclusive information coming into News Nation about Bryan Walsh in the days after Anna was last seen. His demeanor when the police first entered his life, his demeanor when police first entered his home, and what he said and what he did in the days.
All right, does anyone know if all of Banfield is about this case? Because I really haven't followed this case. And I'm honestly not that interested in it. Yeah, nobody thought he'd murder 4 people. IFK, what's that? I'm not hip on the terms. Gray, is Banfield by Gray's here? That's why I hate StreamYard. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up panel. Oh, that's what IFK is? How does IFK fit here? I have to wonder. Imagine it's the wrong year of the car. Have them relief. I don't know. I really don't have much interest in this case. That's exactly right, Swindega. It's not mysterious enough. Banfield was wearing gray. Oh, I thought you meant gray. Date of murder 11/13, 6 house number 1122. Date of arrest 12:30 equals 6. Yeah, but 6 people weren't murdered. It's not mysterious. It's like a standard, like someone's, husband murders wife. Okay, you didn't kill the kids. You didn't, I don't know. I'm too gory. 6 is it's not 6 alone. Only 666. 6 people lived in the house. Yeah, 6 people were in the house. But that's all stuff I said in the beginning. I want like deeper. I was looking for deeper. All right, let me drop the link for you people that want to talk. That's why I went on StreamYards. Is there any crazy? Oh, in the Facebook group? Not crazy. Hey, Alma, I wouldn't say crazy.
Days following the disappearance. The second floor also covered in luminol. And luminol was what ultimately turned up the evidence of blood. Here's what's significant. You've probably heard there was blood in the basement. There was blood on a knife, a broken knife. It wasn't visible to the naked eye. It had been cleaned. It was the luminol that actually revealed the blood evidence on the floor of the basement. And
okay, Banfield, here's a word to the wise. That's why they use luminol. They use luminol in situations that they can't see blood. That is the point of using luminol. I'm sorry that you don't understand that, but it's really not that exciting. It's truly not exciting that they use luminol to find blood that they couldn't see with the naked eye. Stayed a husband, killed wife, and try to get away with it. He didn't even try that hard to get away with it. That's the problem. He didn't even try that hard. I mean, he got caught almost instantly. I like her makeup. Because like, oh no, the YouTube birds are doing what we're supposed to be doing. We got to get back. That's true. Smiley going to jail for life. But like, how shitty is that though? You didn't even get away with it for like a week. You didn't even have time to like relish in your own shit. Exactly. It took her 44 years to learn that luminol detects blood.
Length of time that it took to make all those purchases in Home Depot. I am also told, this exclusive information coming to News Nation, that bleach was used to clean up this scene, as well as hydrogen peroxide. I can also tell you that.
Oh my God, guys, exclusive. Someone used bleach to clean up blood. No, say it isn't so. I would never, ever have thought that someone would try to use bleach to clean up a murder scene. Exclusive. You heard it here first. Holy fuck, what is this world coming to?
There is a baby bottle, and it's on a sort of a bench that's by the front door of the house, and that baby bottle is about 3/4 empty. But that child won't be using that bottle again, and who knows when there'll actually be a cleanup that comes to that house and that scene. But the police say that they typically leave information behind for a cleanup. Also want to let you know, you probably saw some evidence in some of the other pictures of evidence tape, blue and white evidence tape. There's plenty of it that's still up. And one significant shot, I'm going to ask our control room to put the picture up of the basement door. That is the basement door that leads into the house from the outside. And if you look, it looks sort of dirty and smudged, but that is luminol. That is the purple residue of luminol of that door that leads from the outside of the house down to the basement. It is not the only entrance to the house that goes to the basement. There's an interior door that also goes to the basement, and the luminol would have been used on those door handles.
Okay, let me just point out, this paint right here is not luminol. This is luminol, but the paint chipping off, that's not luminol, dude. That's shitty.
As well. So a lot of information that came to us exclusively. And then there's some court information that is also just sort of jaw-dropping in this case. And let me get you up to speed on some of that. Because as we learned earlier, that Home Depot purchase was $450 in cash. But before this, we didn't know some of the products that were purchased. And goggles were among the purchases. Boot covers for your shoes and baking soda. That's going to be significant in a moment when I tell you what the Google searches revealed. So remember that. Baking soda was purchased at the Home Depot. Home Goods was all.
What's baking soda? I've heard of baking soda. I've never heard of baking soda. What's baking soda? Hey, Palomino.
Also visited on that same day, on January 3rd, that the Home Depot was visited. First Home Depot, then the Home Goods store. And all of this is after allegedly getting the chocolate milkshake for his son. And at Home Goods, 3 rugs were purchased at Home Goods. Next comes the way it's characterized to me, it could be the surveillance operation. Obviously, there had to be some checking around if the police and their evidence is true. And some of the surveillance video came from the pings of Bryan's phone on January 2nd in Abington and also Brockton, neighboring communities. What we've now discovered was that in those communities, Bryan was spotted on surveillance at 3 different apartment buildings where there were dumpsters. And on some of the video, he's heaving bags that are so heavy that he's buckling under their weight. And here's the quote: he had to heft them into the dumpster. So remember this, because our Evan Lambert in a moment is going to tell you why this is significant. Also, I can tell you that on January 4th, that's the day after the Home Depot trip and the Home Goods trip, he was also seen at Home Goods again and TJ Maxx, purchasing towels, bath mats, men's clothing, and then to a Lowe's store getting squeegees and a trash can. That is the same day that the well-being visit happened. So the police are at his door at 12:13 in the afternoon, and by 4:15, he's at a Lowe's store buying squeegees and trash cans. Here's a critical piece of evidence. Same day, January 4th, the well-being visit. The police spot a Volvo in his driveway. The seats are down and the liners are in the car. And the next day, January 5th, the seats are still down, but the liners are gone. And lo and behold, the carpets have fresh vacuum marks. And we're told.
No way, you just reminded me of something. There's another Bryan. I'll tell you that guy's that in a minute.
Told by police as well that there was blood evidence in the car. To the Google searches now, which is going to help make this really make sense. According to the prosecutor today, on January 1st at 4:55 a.m., that would be a mere 3 hours after Anna Walsh was last seen alive by her dinner guest. But at 4:55 a.m. on January 1st, New Year's Day, how long before a body starts to smell? How to stop a body from decomposing. At 5:20 a.m., how to embalm a body. Then 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to. 6:25 a.m., how long for someone to be missing before, how long to be for someone to be missing to inherit? Look at that again. How long for someone to be missing to inherit? So about 5 hours or so after this woman was last seen alive, Bryan Walsh is alleged to be thinking about how to get her money. Let's go on. 6:34, can you throw away body parts? What does formaldehyde do? How long does DNA last? Can identification be made on partial remains? Dismemberment and the best ways to dispose of a body. How to clean blood from a wooden floor. Luminol to detect blood. What happens when you put body parts in ammonia? Is it better to throw crime scene clothing away or wash them? January 2nd. Is a hacksaw the best tool to dismember? Can you be charged with murder without a body? I'll just answer that, and it's yes. This next one is very disturbing. Can you identify a body with broken teeth? January 3rd. What happens to hair on a dead body? And also, what is the rate of decomposition of a body found in plastic bag compared to on a surface in the woods? And at 1:20 p.m., here it is. Can baking soda mask or make a body smell good? Remember what I told you on January 2nd, the Home Depot stop? Baking soda was actually part of the purchase, as we learned in court today. All of these allegations, he remained.
Scooby, I was thinking the exact same thing. I really was thinking the exact same thing. Go to a library. You don't do these searches from your house, you dumbass.
Even gotten to your amazing information, which takes us up the coast to Peabody, Massachusetts, where Bryan Walsh's mother has a condo, and so much of the evidence that came from a dumpster there. So take me to your location and walk me through not only the story that takes us there, but what they actually said was in those dumpsters in court.
Yeah, so Ashley, we are outside of that Peabody transfer station right now. This, as you mentioned, is where they found key evidence last Monday night that supports, prosecutors say, that charge of murder and that second charge of mishandling a body. I want to show you what this place looks like. We were here when it was searched last Monday, and we could see investigators, really, if you push in, as we push in here, those bays where they're lit up in the background, you can still see some piles of debris. That was even higher last week. And that's where we saw investigators going through in their white suits so as not to compromise any of the evidence. But now we know, and we learned in court what they found here today. We're learning that they found that hacksaw that you mentioned from the Google searches, 10 trash bags with clothes, with blood, cleaning supplies, and some of Anna's personal effects as well, even her COVID-19 vaccination card. This all coming from prosecutors in court. Also, the clothes she was last seen wearing, a Prada purse, boots, slippers even. And it's important because those slippers, prosecutors say, had blood on them. They also matched Anna Walsh's DNA. Some of those items also had Bryan Walsh's DNA, according to those investigators. Also, the Tyvek suit, one of the Tyvek suits that investigators say he was seen on surveillance video purchasing at that Home Depot, that was found here as well with blood on it. All of this investigators were able to find before it was destroyed. But as you alluded to, there was also cell phone information, according to the court proceeding today, that placed Bryan Walsh in Brockton and Abington at those apartment complexes, several apartment complexes where he is seen on video dumping those large, heavy trash bags. We know from investigators when they went to the facilities that those dumpsters would end up at, they were facilities that had incinerators, so they were not able to recover any of that evidence. And that is painting the story, essentially prosecutors inferring here that he dismembered her body and that those remains were destroyed. They were not able to obtain the evidence there that they got here. Also, something to remember,
See, this guy's even dumber than dumb, because if he would have followed this through and he would have been smarter, he could have got away with this no problem. The body's incinerated. They have no chance of finding the body. But he is so dumb. I mean, he literally could have got away with this easily. He's a dumbass. He deserved to get caught.
a credible case for the charges, at least to arrest Bryan Walsh on the charges of murder and mishandling a body. Ashley?
It's just such an enormous amount of evidence. And in the business, we call that, Evan, bad facts, because they are bad facts for the defense. They're going to have to somehow climb that hill, and that is going to be very, very difficult. Excellent reporting. Thank you for that, Evan. I know it's been a really long day, so I appreciate you doing that. It's also quite cold up here in Massachusetts, so thank you for that, Evan. I want to add a couple of things to Evan's reporting and what we learned in court today. This is a tough one. I can't give you the full answer to this, but I am hoping to have this answer tomorrow. There was something that the prosecutor said in court today towards the end of all of the evidence, and she kind of ended it with this, and it seemed like it was powerful, but because of the syntax of what she said, I don't know what she meant. I'm going to read it to you verbatim, including the mistakes, so that you can be the judge of this. They just finished listing out, she just finished listing out all the evidence on the Tyvek suit, Anna Walsh's and Bryan Walsh's DNA on the Tyvek suit. And then she ended it with this. There was tissues which found that Anna Walsh contributed to the DNA. That's the quote. Look at it. There was tissues which found that Anna Walsh contributed to the DNA. I cannot tell you if that is an accidental S, there was tissue, or if it actually means something like Kleenex. I tried to get clarity on it today and I could not, but I'm working on it for tomorrow. But I'm going to tell you right now, if she ended her presentation with that mic drop, that's massive. If there was tissue from Anna Walsh found on that Tyvek suit or in that dumpster, that's going to be pretty massive. One other thing, and this is also a bit of a mic drop. December 27th, there was another Google search. Why is that so important? Because it's well before the presumed death time of Anna Walsh. And here's what the Google search said. What is the best date to divorce for a man? What is the best date to divorce for a man? If a prosecutor looks at that, as they have in so many other cases of domestic violence that ended in death or murder, they usually say, well, if you're looking to divorce your wife and it's a real hassle and there's custody and money involved, then getting rid of her might be easier, which could take you to first-degree murder instead of second-degree heat of passion murder. So that's going to be very big as we go forward in this case. I want to bring in Bob Ward. He's an investigative reporter with Boston 25. And if you know anywhere in Massachusetts, you know who Bob Ward is. He's
No, they were saying, baby girl said, what's the best state for divorce? Because some states are easier for divorce than others.
He's sort of the king of all investigative work.
Thank you.
So I am sure that you read with a dropped
right.
jaw like I did.
Right.
The material that came out today. I first want to get your read on it.
Well, I was just astounded by it. You know, I walked into court not expecting that we would get that level of detail that was released, because just the day before the judge impounded the arrest warrant. So I figured that we might get some information about that would tell us that Anna Walsh was no longer alive and why they believe that. But to get this level of detail, I was shocked. And you could hear a pin drop in that courtroom as that prosecutor was going through all of this evidence. It was absolutely amazing.
It's like 150 people in that courtroom today.
Right.
I was sort of looking around for you, but not trying to crane my neck too much. But I locked into Bryan Walsh in that dock.
Right.
And gray sweatshirt, very unassuming, came out with his hands shackled. Could you see if the legs were shackled?
I could not see his legs from where I was sitting. I was only a few feet away from him, but there was a row right in front of me. But yeah, I'll tell you what, his demeanor was so different from a week before when he was first brought in and he was arraigned on that charge of misleading state police investigators. He was cocky. He was kind of looking around and looked to me, smirked on the way in. Exactly.
Right?
You know, he looked to me like he was thinking he could beat this.
Yeah.
But today, there was a completely different look on his face. Today, there were no smirks, and he was taking this very seriously.
Did you expect that we'd get something more from him, like a plea or of an official arraignment? Because all he said was, yes, I do.
Yes, I do. I understand the charges, right.
Yeah.
No, I expected something more from his attorney, actually, trying to maybe the previous arraignment when, you know, he's first brought in there, his wife's missing, and now he's charged with misleading investigators. She never said anything like, Your Honor, he deserves to be a free man. His wife is missing. He's a father of 3 children. She didn't say any of that. And today was even less of a defense today. So, yeah, I am surprised that there's almost nothing coming from the other side other than the statement that she released today, where she kind of blamed the media for all, you know, for all this attention that's being shown this case.
You've been in this business as long as I have, and we get that all the time, right? A defense attorney in a high-profile case will often say, I won't try this in the media.
Right.
I will try this in a court of law. But she did take a hit to the prosecutor. She did give a hit to the prosecutor, suggesting you're leaking information before I get discovery. That's not the way this is going to work.
Right. And trying to say that, you know, if they had the information, if they had good evidence, I would have that already. But I don't have the evidence yet. I don't know. I think you just have to take all that with a grain of salt at this stage of the game. You know, as you've been saying, you've outlined a great job outlining where this was today and where it's headed. And it's not going to a good place for Bryan Walsh.
It is going to be the uphill battle.
It really is.
I mean, really tough. It's great to meet you, by the way. I've been a fan for a long time. So, and I know that everyone else hangs on every word you say. So, Bob Ward, thank you for this. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I hope we get to talk again soon.
Absolutely.
Coming up after the break, speaking of talking, I did a lot of that with the lead detective on this case. Because there's nobody who knows more about it. Yes, they're hampered in what they can say. But I did have a chance to ask a lot of questions about what it was like when the detectives first got there and why the spidey senses were tingling and how it's affecting their community, because their entire department was dedicated to this case. That's coming up after the break.
Banfield is way too excited about this case. I don't think it's that exciting. No, I heard that too, baby girl. Thinking about your youngins. Yeah, they're okay. Dayton was fine. That's why I was surprised when Sage said that, because Dayton was really fine. Dayton's had the worst loss you can possibly have as a 15-year-old. So, and he was 14 when it happened. So I think anything else after that, with the exception of me, Sage, or Phoenix dying, I think he's okay. He's a tough kid, but I really think that has a lot to do with it. And his best friend's dad pretty much adopted him. I think that helps. What's up, Chicky?
Hey, Laura. Hello, everyone. I keep having Dylan in my head, and I keep going over this scenario over and over again, and I just can't get it, Laura.
All right.
What are your thoughts on Dylan right now?
What's your scenario?
No, the whole thing with her seeing him and then freezing, but locking the door and going to sleep or whatever, and not checking on your friends. Like, it just does not make sense. I don't care how old you are.
Because we don't know if that's the truth. We don't know. That could just be what the cops put out. but we don't know if that's factual yet.
Even though it's in court documents?
Even with the court document, though, we still don't know if she was on drugs, if she was something. We just don't know. And maybe she lied to the police. It's very possible she lied to the police.
That's what I was thinking of too, but that just, I mean, they're going to find out if she's lying, so she's just going to go to jail right behind him. But
I don't think she's involved at all. That to me is ludicrous. That I never thought she was actually involved.
really, Laura?
And it may be the first day, but after I really thought about it, no, I don't think she's involved. And I don't think she ever knew him or any of this other stuff. I don't think they planned it together or there was some conspiracy. No, I don't. Do I think there's holes in the story? Absolutely. But do I think it's the worst case scenario? No, I don't. Gotta go.
Sorry.
Gotta go. Oh my gut. My gut tells me no, she's not involved.
What do you think about the stuff they got from his house?
I already said it. It's nothing. It's nothing until everything is tested. And the reason why I don't think they were involved, because I got an email today that Bryan may have been gay.
I've heard that before, and that's why I asked you if Ethan could possibly have been the target.
No. Ethan wasn't even supposed to be there. Ethan was an added bonus. But I have somebody that contacted me that I'm confirming to be true, that some guy from Boston, that he had dated him or something. And I'm just waiting to confirm all the information.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So we'll see. But
And you confirmed that he dated him?
no, I have to confirm it. I'm still,
okay.
I haven't said anything. I'm still waiting to confirm it.
Well, I saw you drop the link twice and no one came up, so I just wanted to come up.
Did, but check this out. Hold on. You hear that wind? It's like howling. Isn't that creepy? Can you guys hear that?
You have a door open?
No, that's the wind.
Crazy.
It freaks me out all the time.
Is it cold over there?
No, it's rain coming, but weather is not coming up. I can't get it to come up. Oh, well. All right. So for all you DNA people that think it's a definitive, check this out. This is from November 7th of 2019. Father took an at-home DNA test. His son was then falsely accused of murder. Genetic genealogy, a technique millions of people are using to learn about their family history, has now become a potent tool with which law enforcement can solve crimes. But the method has major privacy implications that are prompting some critics to urge that we slow down in our adoption of it. William Bryan shares a cautionary tale of how one person's DNA testing can have a wide impact. And it goes on to say that this person, the father took a DNA test and something happened and it came back to the son and he was actually accused of murder because of the father's DNA. So what does that tell you?
That they can use BK's father's DNA?
Well, that's how they got Bryan. They're saying that Bryan was connected through DNA from his father.
Right.
This is an article posted in the group, in the Bryan is Innocent group, of how you can't really use genetic genealogy linked to dad's DNA to DNA at the murder scene or something, you know, something on the thing. Usuri's dad seemed too old to be the killer, but Michael was not. And then police learned that Usuri had traveled through Idaho. Plus, he made these grisly, violent, low-budget films. But Usuri knew he hadn't done anything wrong. The kid said it was almost like a bad dream. When it came crashing down was when they walked out of the room. The biggest state policeman that I've ever seen in my life came in with latex gloves and a cotton swab and said, I'm going to take your DNA now. William Bryan said it took around a month for police to process his DNA to see if it matched the DNA from the crime scene. So he spent 3 or 4 more weeks. I'm a suspect in a brutal murder. What were those weeks like for you? He said it was scary. It was really scary. Those 3 or 4 weeks, just because I knew that, I had not been involved in any crime. My point being is that this is what they're getting Bryan on, and they're saying that it's not definitive. And here's this guy's story where he goes on to say that he didn't do it, and neither did his father. They don't know how the DNA was there, but it's just interesting. Oh, I'm sure they got Bryan's DNA now too.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Carolyn, how are you?
I'm doing right. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi. How's it going?
Good.
I'm just listening.
Hold on a second. Oh, you guys can talk. I gotta answer this.
Oh, I'm excited for this year because April we have the Vallow Daybell trial finally,
Yeah.
which will last like 60 days, they said, and then 60 days is June. So then we'll have the prelim hearing hopefully for BK, and then we'll have the rest of the year.
Yeah.
to play with.
I don't know.
Me
Laura-
neither.
All right. So what's up, Carolyn?
Not a lot, really. I've had days off, and I'm just cleaning house and watching you and the live stream you did last night. I'm really interested in that. About that guy that killed himself.
Which one?
What's his name again? The college shooter. The one that's the son
One that
of
was in the car talking, saying that he was going to get all the blonde girls because they didn't find him attractive. It starts with an E, I think, his first name.
Oh yeah, Elliot Rogers, right? Elliot Rogers.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't know about? I covered him a long time ago. That case is from 2014.
Yeah, I knew about it. It's one of those that I just forgot about, but it's interesting.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah.
There was a few of them that were crazy, actually.
Yep.
See what I said, Laura? You can touch something and your DNA can stay on items up to 13. I don't think it stays on that long. I've never heard DNA staying on something that long, but I guess it depends on what it is.
Wow, 13 years? I really think the defense has their work cut out for them. I absolutely believe that the prosecution 1000% thinks they have this. We don't know what they have, but I don't know, like the sheriff, like the chief Fry, whatever, was just like the smirks and everything they had when they announced his arrest and everything. I just feel like they feel very confident that they have this in the bag. And we only know what we know now because Washington wasn't in the gag order, so they released that. But
wait, hold on, guys, you're all wrong. DNA can theoretically survive for a maximum of 1 million years. DNA can last on an object of 521 years, and touch DNA can last up to 36 days. You're all wrong.
that's a lot of years for the other ones.
I know, right? 1 million years. I didn't know that, actually. Yeah, human DNA has been recovered from a Nathaniel. I can't even say the word. I don't know why. Fossil 70,000 years old. Neanderthal. I don't know why I couldn't say it. Neanderthal fossil 70,000 years old.
I believe the same thing, baby girl.
Oh, that's 1 million in bones.
Did you watch that video that I don't no, I didn't post a video, but I told you to look up something called "Have you seen this man in your dreams?" And he looks like Neanderthal.
No.
It's got something to do with, you know, how Elliot Rogers and this Bryan, what's his name, Kohberger?
Kohberger?
Yeah, they, you know, short black hair, and they both have like bushy eyebrows, like you just said earlier. Know what I
That's
mean?
not a very good description because how many
Oh.
men have bushy eyebrows? Come on now.
Yeah, I know, but they look alike. If you, well, I don't know.
That's funny.
They would.
I said, can you get away with murder in 2023? And the only thing that comes up is the Illinois Safety Act. How to get away with murder. How to watch Get Away with Murder. See, nobody even looks up the shit I look up.
That's why you're different from the rest.
I'm just saying, you can't even, like 10 years ago, you put that in there and it would come up. This is how you get away with murder. Yeah, Santa Barbara was Elliot.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Illinois, specifically Chicago at the moment, I don't think. Baby girl said she was a little right, but I didn't hear you say anything close to 13 years. So I think she was a big wrong. I'm just joking, baby girl.
All right. They didn't ask me to be in it. Death starting. Oh, it's actually today on Hulu. 6-part docuseries that chronicles the investigations of online sleuths as they deploy digital traces, DNA databases, and the strength of social media to crack grisly, puzzling cases. Each episode follows a different investigation, concentrating on one amateur detective and one case. Each case varies from attempting to identify a skull disguised inside a bucket of cement at a truck stop to locating a lottery winner who disappeared without a trace. Additionally, the documentary emphasized the amazing tenacity, meticulousness, and extensive networks that assist these digital sleuths in uncovering information that others were unable to. They didn't ask me to be a sleuth. We can. Hulu wouldn't let me. Hulu's got everything blocked. Like it comes up black.
Yeah.
Killing County centers on a fatal hotel shooting. Disrupts the life of the Ramirez. Not that interested. All American Nightmare. Few details about the docuseries. Investigation into All American Athletes. Tokyo Crime Squad, not that interested. Stolen Youth Inside the Cult. Another Hulu documentary. Oh, that looks good. Kids who suffered at the hands of Larry Ray Zock.
Someone had asked me or said she was wondering if Nicole Kessinger was in a cult, and I thought that she was more Native American Indian, in a tribe, something like that.
I don't know. Wait, Nicole Kessinger?
Yeah.
And what about her?
Someone thought she's in a cult. She's cult-like.
No.
But I thought she was just, into Native American.
She's not in a cult.
No, I didn't think so either.
This one looks good.
Laura,
Gunther's Millions.
you have me interested into that show Web of Lies now. Was it when was it made? It says 2021.
It's released today. No, not Web of Lies. That's a different one. There's one on Hulu that was released today.
It was Web of Lies, right? Or Web of Death. What was it?
This one is called Web of Death.
Okay.
It's a 6-part docuseries.
You got me interested in that. So I'm looking it up right now.
Couple try to sell their stolen riches after breaking into a virtual currency exchange, stealing 120,000 Bitcoin that were worth $5 billion. That looks good. No release date yet, though.
Yep.
I found it. I think I found it.
Ducked in Plain Sight was really good. Beware the Slender Man was okay. Girl in the Picture I thought was boring. Our Father, that was weird. Tickled, I don't think I saw. Mommy Dead and Dearest, yeah, I saw that. The Jinx, Robert Durst, no interest. Don't Fuck with Cats, yeah, I've seen the original.
Yeah, that one.
Someone showed me the original video when it came out. Oh my God, I literally threw up. It was the only time I've ever thrown up watching something. And then I watched it again and I didn't get sick. It didn't bother me as much. But the first time I saw it, oh.
That guy was nuts.
He was beyond nuts. Keepers put me to sleep. John Wayne Gacy was okay. Night Stalker was boring. But yeah, that original Lucignat or whatever. Oh my God. It was gross. All right, I guess I'm getting off because I'm tired and nobody loves me.
Oh, silly.
I only have 74 thumb ups. I haven't gotten one super chat. I am not loved. I'm getting off. Now, I've been on almost 2 hours already.
Y'all have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Thank you guys for coming up.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, Rich Capone. It was disgusting. I mean, disgusting. Like, I will never forget it. At the very end, he has a cat. Like, the stabbings are one thing, but at the end, he has a cat literally eat this guy's ass. And I don't mean like eat it out. I mean like physically eat the guy's ass. And it was so fucking gross. I could not handle it. I was like, oh my God. Like, he literally cut a chunk of his like butt out and he gave it to the cat. It was so wild.
That,
Oh, it was disgusting. And something about, yeah, no, the cat ate his ass. It was sick. It was probably the sickest snuff film I've ever seen. Not that I've seen a lot, but oh my God, it was so gross. And the way he stabbed him with this ice pick, it was just wild. Oh, Scooby, that's how I still see this. Like, it was only like a 3-minute film, 4-minute film. But oh my Lord, it was sick. Thank you, Kaz. Now I'm gonna go watch that Web of Death though.
I think I'll give it a try.
Glad I didn't cancel Hulu yet.
Well, I'm gonna get off too.
All right, hon.
We'll see you.
Coming up, of any candles going out tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
We're ending a live stream talking about cats eating butt. I'm telling you, it was sick. I'll show you guys if you want. I mean, it's sick. Sick. Ooh, they do. They got all 6 episodes out now. See, aren't you guys glad I looked? So if you have Hulu, Web of Death. The first one is when struggling labor, Abraham Shakespeare wins a $30 million lottery jackpot. It seems like his fortunes have changed for good. But then he suddenly disappears. Trisha Griffiths and her crack. That's funny. Trisha Griffith and her crack team of online forum detectives hunt to uncover the truth. Do you see my message above? No, I did not. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Retype it real fast. Yeah. Hurry up. Retype it. No, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It is so gross. Tatum, hurry up if you're going to retype it. 81 likes. Come on, guys. You want me to come live every day? And come on now. Do you have Hulu, Phil? This looks pretty good. I mean, hell, I slept today to like 1:30. I'll be up for a while. I had to figure out how to set up this Ring camera. Probably can't do it at night, but can read the directions. Oh, Abducted in Plain Sight is really good, Garden Grower. Sent again in the chat. Tatum, all I see is, Laura, did you see my above message? Then you wrote, I sent it again in the chat. That's all I got. Why do I know that name, Palomino? Is it easy to set up? Thank you, Alma. That's why I love Alma. Although I think I know who Alma is. I think I figured it out one day. Super easy? No, we had it, then let it go. Yeah, because it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. 11:50 a.m. DM supposedly called 911 was never mentioned in the affidavit by Payne. I read it 3 times. I thought, so I don't understand though. I thought everyone is saying that it was 11:58, that it's in the affidavit. Well, this is Payne got to the house at 4 p.m. There's no sworn statement confirms the 11:58. See, why is everybody else saying there is? Because that's what I said. That's interesting. It's 11:58 on the police report because other people were saying it's on the affidavit. That's really interesting, though. So then I might be right that she didn't call at, that it could have been earlier. Yeah, police report doesn't mean much, though. It's if it's not in the affidavit. So I was going to go through the affidavit again, but I feel like it's been gone through like 120 times. But now you got me interested. Now I'm going to have to go through it again. But we will talk about it tomorrow. I want to go watch the show and I got to wrap some stuff, make some labels. I will see you all later. Don't forget, check out my Instagram at energycc.energycc or Instagram energycc. Either way. Make sure you go to energycandles.com. Buy yourself a beautiful candle. Southern Gal, if you're listening, your candles are going out tomorrow too. And I'll see you all beautiful people later. Read it over and over because I thought it was missing something. Nothing about the time. See, that's awesome, Tatum. I'm glad you told me that. I love you too, Gator. I really am glad you told me that. Because everyone kept saying, well, if it's official, if it's in the official report, but the report doesn't mean much. It has to do with the affidavit. If it's not in the affidavit, then they did lie. Bam, I was right. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.